Hey friends, it's Nancy, and it's Tuesday, so you know what that means. We're going to take out the trash. Want to show you a couple things. First, a couple things I've been thinking about. Gosh, I should share that. So, I have I have photocopied this grid paper where I have made these rectangles. They're 5 by 8. And I keep these on a clipboard, and when I'm watching videos, if I see a particular page layout that I think is really super cool, I'll just kind of do a thumbnail sketch of it. And then when I'm searching for ideas, when I'm doing my own journals, I have a bank of ideas. So I just photocopy them so I don't have to draw them over and over and over again. So that was one thing I wanted to share. Dorothy... Hi, Dorothy. How you doing, hun? Dorothy wanted to know how I make my bobbins. So, I'll explain it. So, I'll take up a piece of scrap card. So, this was actually this weight. So, this was a kit, a scrapbook page kit that I got. So it was, you know, lightweight card. And I will take book page scraps that I've torn up and just glue them down with, I just use a glue stick, front and back. And for the size that I like to use, I will cut 5 by 4. But I'll use boxes or, you know, other, like a greeting card weight. Like that's a good weight to use. So if you have greeting cards, you know, that are just wasting away, you can use those. But you don't want to use like too heavy card, because then it gets heavy to use the envelope punch board that I use. Okay, so I have cut this. Oh, well, it moved a little. How's everybody doing? We're coming into the last stretch before holiday. I am working right up until noon on Christmas Eve. Anyway, okay. So then I have an envelope punch board. So I put this right at the 1-inch mark and do all 4 corners. Sorry, that punching really moves things around, doesn't it? Okay, and then I just sort of match up the bottom of that V to the bottom of that V. Cut it out. And then got a piece of thread there. And then there we go. So that's how you make bobbins, or make the bobbins that I like to use. I also will do smaller ones that are 4 by 2.5. You know, if I have small amounts that I want to use. So there's the difference there. Actually, I'm getting quite a pile of these ones. need some more bigger ones. I think I am down to 2 big ones. But I enjoy doing a little bit of collage in front of the television. Kind of a mindless little job that you can do. And I used anything that has black text on it, or black and white illustrations, like little flowers, or this one has costumes, historical costumes. And the bits that I use for collage is just, you know, as I have book page or text come up available, I just tear it up with a tear ruler that I have and throw it in a mixing bowl that I keep solely for the purpose of collecting collage stuff. So there, I'm going to have 5 more. All right. So, here's the first piece of trash. So this one is just shy of 5 inches. So I'm going to actually cut it down so I don't waste too much glue or paper collaging it. So this will be 2.5 by 4s, and that one I'll just toss in the recycle. Okay, so that will be for collage. I have these 3 envelopes that I meant to put away last week. Well, I found another one. I meant to put these 2 away last week and I didn't. So now I'm going to force myself to find the box in which... There they are. Okay, there's that dealt with. Things have been piling up here. So that okay. So I have my box of goodies here, and I've got a little button and a key, so I'll put that in there. These are fussy cuts that I recently came from a book I recently cut out. Ooh, I want to keep these. I have plans to do a sunflower journal. Oh, I'm gonna pause for just a minute. I just heard Doug come in. Okay. These also came, look at that one, the lady trying to ski. So I have some other images. I love that one. So the ones that are photographic, I'm going to put away with my photos. That one's Christmassy. And the ones that are artsy are going to go someplace else. All right. Put you with the photos. That's a piece of old envelope that can go recycle. That's a piece of fabric, a little lace from that petticoat I got. I'm going to put that there because I can use that. Ooh, that's a good little piece for collage. Another good collage piece. So those are text-based collage. That one's going to be just plain paper. Ooh, look at this one. This was the back of an envelope. I'm just taking apart the thicknesses because I really don't want it to be too thick. And that could go to recycle. Another piece of petticoat. This came with a kit that I had purchased and I used the paper from. So there's ribbon and there's a couple of brads here. Here's those tags and envelopes from last week that I didn't use. This is plain paper collage. And then I've got these. What are these? So these are pieces from a book. Kind of nice. Wonder why I found these in the drawer in the kitchen or the dining room table actually. I'm not sure why I have them. But maybe I intended to use them for something and then they got put away. So I'm just going to cut these out and I will throw them in the collage box. This has got a little image of a boat in there. This was from the inside of a card that I used. This has got some little gold flowers on the back. I think I can put those in the collage. That's plain paper. This is mostly plain paper. This was an old envelope. I thought this was interesting. I could probably use that for something. More plain paper. This is a photo I will put away. Okay, this was the cover of a 1940 catalog. don't think I'm going to save this part. I will tear this text part off. I was tempted. Right. Now I'm going to keep this because it's got a textured surface. And I think it might be good to make little booklets out of or something. So I'm just going to cut this bendy part off. And I will hang on to these. Well, no, I'll make something out of them right away. How about that? And what's this? I mean, this is old paper, 1940. Okay, a couple tags there. If I had my tab punch handy, I could punch a couple of tabs. I do not have my tab punch handy. Where is my tab punch? That seems like something I would have right there. Well, throwing it out. It's gone. Okay. So, the stuff that I want to put away is away. The stuff that's going to be collage, I'm going to put in the collage box. So hang on, let me go clear this off. Okay, I'm back. Now, in case you were wondering, what do I do with the plain paper in terms of collage? So I take big book pages that I'm not going to use for any other purpose and glue them down. And then I can use this. So for example, here's a picture here that's been cut out of a book. I can glue that and make a tag or a journaling card out of that. Okay. So I feel like I'm going to be doing some things. So let's just figure out what I got in here. I do have a couple of things I could use. look at that picture. That one I've already collaged. This one needs to have a back. This I will put. I have a friend who sent me a Christmas card and she used all kinds of different stamps on it. She knows I like stamps. So we've got lots of stuff to work with. I think I'll focus on putting some backs on the... And then I have little bits in here that I can make little collages from. Oh yeah, we got all kinds of doodads. Could have trimmed this down, but it is what it is. Things have been pretty slow at work. Nobody's interested in doing any legal action this week, I guess. Everybody must be feeling goodwill toward men. I'm just sort of sorting things out just a little bit. Putting the Merry Christmases aside. It might be time to start afresh with a few things. Got some beads and sequins in there I'd love to use. Okay. Let me see what I can do with some of this. And then I will come back and show you how I have solved some of this. Okay? Okay, so here's what I came up with. So we've taken some of the stuff out. I don't know where my lid went, but I'll figure that out. And here's what I made. So with the cover of that catalog from 1940, I put together this tag. And so this is a label from an actual box of paper fasteners. And I've just added this little photo and a little word snippet and inked it up. Added some actual paper fasteners, brads there. This was that paper that said to make sure to put your address on the exterior of your letters and packages. So I pasted it onto some of that, this book page where I've glued on plain papers. And I did some sewing. Now this bunched up bit here, well, I was inspired by my crafty crush, who learned this technique from Shinuki Art. I watched her video this morning and I thought, oh, well, I can do that. So I kind of liked it, and I did it on just about everything I made today, except I didn't do any sewing on here. And I took some of the little bits and pieces and just created this little cluster of things. So there's a little journal card. This one is, I took one of those tags and I covered it with some of that lace from the vintage wedding dress that I purchased a few weeks ago. So I did some of that stitching, but it's not as obvious because I've kind of tilted the photo that way. But I want to show you the little collage here. It's less than 2 inches square, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 little pieces in there. And I think it turned out really cute. Here is another tag. So I made sure I got 3 little blops of blue in there. And I took some pieces of old cellophane tape and glued it down. And these are just little bits and pieces that I pulled out of this little box. So I had this tiny little envelope, these words and numbers and button and this picture. Yeah. So I finished that one. This one, again, put on that collaged plain paper to make a journaling place. And I stitched around this picture and added this little word here as a sort of a tab. So there's a little card. Here's a little booklet that I made, and I did do a couple places of messy stitching. And I used the envelopes, the cut off pieces of envelopes, to make these little pockets. Oh, you're gonna give me trouble, are you? And I just popped those tags that I cut in there. It kind of made like a little wallet almost. And I also made this one. Again, I used some of that bunched up sewing. And again, used the envelope cutoffs to make these little pockets. And just tucked in some random little bits of paper. This is a hall pass. This is an order number. Page. And a scoring sheet. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 elements. I took a big hunk out of here and threw out what I wasn't going to use, made use of what I could use, and I hope you enjoyed seeing this video. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon.